Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything.
Can you try a different one for her? Yeah. Here, I gotta go meditate, so.
Let me walk to the banks of the river of love, where the current runs deep, baptized in the one, where there's no separation in the light.
Are we live? We are. Good morning, everybody. We are going to meditate, which as always means finding your center and allowing the stream of life to flow around you while you sit in peace in the middle of it. Life is a stream. It is rushing and flowing and gushing. Meditation is where you become the rock and just allow it to flow around you. So let us all take a nice deep breath in and close our eyes. You can feel the world around you, the seat underneath you. You can hear the sounds. The key to meditation is to not apply importance to any of it. To let the seat be underneath you and your body to feel it, but not focus on it. Is to let your ears hear sounds, but don't follow them to their source. Is to let your thoughts happen, but not try to follow them down that road. It's why we focus on breathing sometimes, or a candle flame, because that allows you to focus on something that you have no control over. You're gonna breathe. The candle flame is gonna burn, but it keeps your attention from following all the noise of life. Today we're going to picture in our mind that you are sitting on a rock in a stream with your legs in the water. It's dry on top, so it's not slippery. And you're just sitting there watching the water flow around you and down past you. You have nowhere to go. You have nothing to do. The water is neither cold nor hot. Around the rock you're sitting on, the water is running really slow, so you can't really feel it pull at you. The water of life is rushing by you and around you and through you. You don't have to grab onto it. You don't have to hold onto it. You're just there. It is peaceful in this one spot where you sit. If you have a stray thought, know that it's just the water rushing past. You don't need to grab it or hold it. Acknowledge it for what it is and let it go through the flow. And you sit unaffected by it. the water flowing around you is the circumstances of life. They're only there for a second and then they're gone. You remain. If you hear a sound, you notice something about the world around you, you let it go. Take a deep breath in and release. Anytime you have a thought, an intrusion on your center, for just a second, like that stream, scoop up the water, the thought, the noise. Take a deep breath in, and as you let go, release that thing. It just moves on, and you stay where you are, in peace, in harmony. This space, this place you have created, this peaceful spot is always available to you. You merely have to remember where it is. Thank you for joining us for our meditation. Our service will begin at 10.
To the priest, he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad. The miracles singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. 'Cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything, every little thing, everything is holy now. Yeah, everything is holy now. Hey, everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now. Everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now. Everything's a miracle. Everything is holy now. Everything's a miracle.
Could give me a heads up when we're ready to go. Are we ready? So, I want to welcome everybody in-house, knowing that Spirit's in the house with us today because you're in the house. And since we're all spiritual beings having a human experience, I know today will be a great experience here at our center. And for our love streamers online, whether you're near to our Beaumont Center or you're far away or you're somewhere in between, we really want to make you feel welcome here today. We're glad you're online. We're glad you're watching. If you type into the chat box where you're watching from, so we let us know, we'll give you a shout out next week. So, hi, I believe Rev Bev is online, is usually online. Sometimes Dean Jackson is online. So if our regulars are online, welcome. Good to have you with us. And now, for a first-time guest, we have a little welcome gift for you. And Susan, we have a first-time guest visiting today, and I gave her her How to Speak Science of Mind book, which is our gift that explains everything about our teaching. We also have a blue welcome packet on the back table that will welcome you here. So after service, we'll get you a blue welcome packet. After service, as always, we have our full fellowship meal in Carter Hall. So stay after the service and join us for a full fellowship meal. And now I invite us to read our vision statement. And this is Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont's vision statement. It's also Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide. So we're aligning with our mothership in Colorado. And our vision, if you want to read this with me, is a world that works for everyone. And I always like to say, it's not a world that works for someone. It's a world that works for everyone, and that distinction makes a world of difference. Our purpose, and I invite you to read this with me, awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. We're spiritual beings having a human experience and want that human experience to be magnificent and majestic and mystical and magical. So that's what we're awakening to, that mystical, magical, unbounded, unlimited energy of our consciousness that we want to allow it to express through our human form. And then our mission statement, how do we do this? How do we accomplish this mission? And so our mission statement, and I invite you to read that with me, transforming lives one thought at a time. And so now we will go into our opening song. And Al Yankee is in the house, so
Whoa.
grateful to have you here.
Buddy.
Whoa!
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. And feel that love in the sanctuary. And lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. Come together, we come together in the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize a God in you. And feel that love in the sanctuary. And lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the love of each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. And feel that love in the sanctuary. And lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
Just 1 second and turn to your neighbor as we come together. Thank you, Al, and say, howdy, neighbor. Just howdy, neighbor. Give it a howdy and a high five, whatever you give. All right, and that's how we welcome each other here. And I like to say, Mr. Rogers said, if we just said hello to somebody every morning, somebody new we hadn't said hello to, it would change the world. And so now we're going to go into our announcements, and there's a lot going on at this center. So our flower ministry, which was founded by Rev Bev, and my husband Ross took it over and continues it. Today's flowers, the first flowers. Which ones do you want, Bobby? You get to choose which. You want the red ones. Bobby wants the red ones. So Bobby Chappelle, these are in honor of her husband, Arvel, who made his transition a couple of years ago. Bobby's been coming to grief group. We're working through things. And she said, it's time to celebrate, right? Celebrate Arvel and celebrate the love they have. So she sponsors these every third week. And these are from Shanna. We go our Shanna Banana from Shanna, and they are in honor of Chuck Braswell, who made his transition this week. So these are honoring Chuck Braswell and his family who made his transition this week. So that's our flower ministry, sharing the good and sharing the grace and sharing that we like to say the good in grief, and we find it. And the good in grief is that if we're grieving, it meant there was a lot of love there. So if you're grieving, there was a lot of love there, and we want to move that from grief into grace and the celebration of grace as we feel comfortable doing so. So that's our flower ministry, celebration. Good grief group right here, Thursday, 1 to 2:30, right here in the sanctuary. All are welcome. Come on, stop by. No sign up needed. We'd love to see you in good grief group. We always find our way to the good in grief. I don't know how, but we don't have to know how. Spirit knows the how. Ours is to show up and find the how that Spirit knows, our higher good. We always find our way to a laugh in that group. Journey of the Soul, it started last week. It's the last week to join the class. It goes up on Thursday at 2:45. We have flyers out there. It's a wonderful class examining, what is soul? What does it look like and taste like and sound like and feel like? So we're exploring that soul level, Journey of the Soul, really interesting class. Cup of Conversation, we just had our Science of Mind discussion group from How to Speak Science of Mind, 9 to 9:30, first and third Sundays in our room number 1. We'll call it the Om Room, in our Om Room there. So we just had that class. Great discussions today about discernment, ideas of discernment and what it's between divine urge and impulse. What's it? Impulse, our human impulse, versus that divine urge that speaks through us. Sharing gratitude. Tomorrow, we are giving away 20-pound turkeys, 16 of them. People have signed up, so if you signed up for a turkey, come on down tomorrow between 10 and 2 and pick up your turkey. Thanksgiving Fest is our potluck. We have a full Thanksgiving meal here. It is at 1 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day. Come join. The center's providing ham and turkey and baked salmon, and we invite you to bring a side dish, whatever your favorite side dish is. It's going to be a Thanksgiving feast. It's going to be about family and coming together in family. So we look forward to seeing you here Thanksgiving Day. We have Metaphysical Bingo going up after the first Sunday, December 7th. After service and after lunch, we'll have Metaphysical Bingo. We will play 4 games. Come join us for Metaphysical Bingo. We have movie night the second Wednesday of December, and it's The Next Voice You Hear, and that's being sponsored and put on by I believe our member services group is putting that on. So movie night, second Wednesday in December, The Next Voice You Will Hear. We have All That Glitters Christmas Boutique. All of those people who want to clean out their garages and their attics and their basements of all those Christmas ornaments that you no longer put up, please bring your Christmas ornaments here. Bring them on Friday the 19th, Friday the 28th, I believe, and Saturday and Sunday we're going to have a kind of a table set up outside to recirculate and sell these Christmas ornaments that have been donated to raise some funds for the center. So if you have boxes of ornaments you have not opened in years, bring them here. We'll dust them off, we'll shine them up, and we'll recirculate those. So please bring your Christmas ornaments that you're no longer using for All That Glitters Christmas Boutique. And that's coming up at the end of November. We have, going on here at the center, we have the Hanukkah, the Living Menorah, and that will be with a guest speaker. And we invite you, Jerry will be our guest speaker. We invite you to come for that Sunday. It's Sunday, December 14th. Jerry will be our guest speaker, and it will be all about Hanukkah and the menorah. So we invite in all religions, and we'll be taking a look at Judaism and Hanukkah. Holiday evening in Palm Springs, Divine Dining hosted by Rev Michael and Ross at their home. It'll be a Divine Dining, a complete dinner, and after dinner, we'll be going to the newly remodeled Plaza Theta and watching the Gay Men's Choir Bells, Brass, and Sass. So all of your donations, it's a silent auction bidding sheet out there, all of your money goes to this center. So we're hosting it and sponsoring it, so everything you sign up and bid at auction comes directly to CSLB. And we have Wednesday, December 24th, there's a rumor that Al Yankee's going to be here Christmas Eve afternoon. He may not have known it, but he's here. So he agreed to do it for the second year in a row, our Christmas Eve celebration and candlelight celebration and a full Christmas Eve dinner, full dinner. So come join us at 3:30, a Christmas mid-afternoon, full Christmas concert and full Christmas dinner. So we look forward to joining you. Kwanzaa, end of December, is going to be coming up. So join us for Kwanzaa. That's on December 27th at 3 p.m. It's a wonderful event of music and singing and dance and drums and rhythm. So Kwanzaa's going on. So that's what's going on at Center Spiritual Living Beaumont. We have a lot going on. And stay, eat, and connect with our fellowship meal afterwards. Now, Mission Impossible Week 2. It's Mission Possible. All things are possible in our Science of Mind teaching. And so we're going to have Betty Ann come up. This is week 2, and Betty Ann's going to come up and do a drawing and a giveaway. So part of our prosperity consciousness is giving and receiving. So right now is the giving part as Betty Ann comes up and does her...
Good morning.
Good morning.
As you step out today, may angels lead you, may peace accompany you. May grace go before you. May love and light surround you. May kindness spread from you. May goodness and love follow you. May lessons teach you. May family support you. This spiritual family does support you. May God protect and bless you, and may your day be filled with love, peace, and joy. Always, always. Okay, I'm going to pull these today. And it is a giving back. And the more we appreciate you, as Reverend Michael was saying, the more you give to us, the more we give back to you. So this is a reciprocal congregation. Drum roll.
Da, 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 da.
There it is. And the winner is Shannon Collins.
Hey!
She is grateful for the CSLB and the prayer circle, which, if anybody wants to join, I will be hosting right here in the Om Room right after service. The doctors at Eisenhower Hospital. The strength in her mother. The power of prayer. And the support of family and friends.
Good gratitude list. Good gratitude. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Betty Ann. And Betty Ann has a gift card, yes?
Yes, I do. And I finally was able to give the gift card to Adrian this morning. And I had the dates on it, so he knew it was for last week. Okay, and Shannon, I'll get one back to you. Thank you, and I appreciate all of you.
And to be fair, I didn't grab it last week because I was trying to fix the internet for the office. It's just a thing. All right, so
All right, so thank you. And so now I will invite Sharon Gillis up, and she is going to talk about Mission Possible and our Yes to Prosperity 2026 Pledge Campaign. This is week 2 of week 5, and I asked Sharon if she would come up and share about whatever she's going to share about. I don't know, so I'm looking forward to hearing it.
All right, well, thank you. So this is Mission Possible, and I'm going to call it The Man from Monterey. It's a story about how my thought has changed a little bit. Well, a lot. So many years ago, my husband and I had a motorcycle, and we would take day trips and sometimes longer trips. And this is something that happened on a trip up to Monterey one week. We took a week-long trip. So on our motorcycle, we had to travel light. It had 2 saddlebags and a luggage rack with, you could maybe fit a large backpack on it. So that meant a trip to the laundromat if it was any kind of long trip. So this is where this started. So I went to the laundromat, and I like to go to the laundromat. It was always kind of a nice little break in the trip. I'd take my clothes, my quarters, my detergent, and I'd have a couple hours getting everything clean and smelling nice. I would read my book and think, and it was good. So there I was. I started my wash. I sat down. I started to read. A large fellow came in. He started his wash. He sat down, and he picked up a newspaper, and he put it down, and he looked around, and he looked at me, and he said, "Where do you live?" I said, "Well, you know, I'm just traveling and we're from LA." And he said, "Are you staying long?" And so I said, "No, just a few days," and I went back to reading my book. And then he said, have you seen much around here? And I told him a few things, and I went back to reading my book. And he said, "Have you seen the new cinema here?" And I said, "No," and I went back to reading my book. Well, he got disappointed, and, you know, he wanted to talk. And it just so happened my book was talking about being in the present and accepting whatever came your way. And I thought, well, maybe this is the time to do it instead of read it about it. So we had a really great conversation. He told me he lived nearby. He said, "I'm not very smart, but I hold down 2 jobs. My neighbors are wonderful. They help me all the time. My church is full of good people who love me. And I can go on public buses wherever I want to in Monterey. And the cinema's really great. It's new, got stadium seating and cup holders for the drinks." So he had this just infectious gratitude for his life and the people in it, and it kind of touched me, and I thought, gosh, you know, I'm grateful for my life too. Here I am on this great motorcycle trip, and we talked back and forth a little bit. And but at one point, I asked him, I said, "Do you live alone?" And he got offended. He stood up, he waved his arms around him, and he said, "I live by myself, and I do the best I can the way I am." And I felt really bad and apologized. And I said I was sorry. And right away, he's like, "Oh, that's okay." And the conversation started again, just like nothing had happened. I mean, it was wonderful. So finally, my laundry's done. I pack it up. We say goodbye. And I think, my gosh, I met a great soul right then. And that was really something. And at that time, I thought that was very unusual to meet somebody like that. But now I've been hanging around in this center for a while. And over the last 6 months, I've gone to grief group. I've received support and compassion. I've gone to classes and read about ways of thinking and, you know, and tried them out It's really amazing. I've gone to the services and fellowship and feel a lot of support, love, and friendship. And that's the Out of Darkness Suicide Walk. That was like a special day to experience the fellowship of the people from this group that went and hear about the good work that was being done out of a lot of pain. And it was an amazing day, beautiful lunch. And so now, I know that when I met that man, I met a great soul. But now I know there are so many great souls here. Reverend Michael's a great soul. Ross is a great soul. Bobby's a great soul. Dorothy's a great soul. I could name all of you, but I'd go on too long. So everyone is a great soul, and even me. And that really is mission possible. So thank you.
Yeah, I love Sharon's story, and I loved sometimes we overstep our boundaries. Sometimes I don't like to say the word apologize. I like shifting apologize into we aware that maybe we have said something, and we bring that into the awareness that I'm aware of your reaction, and I want you to know that I will do better, and I'd love to continue the conversation. That's prosperity, meeting somebody and continuing a conversation. And the biggest thing that I think Sharon talked about, prosperity, is that absolute treasure of coming to know the divinity within our humanity and knowing that whatever we're going through and wherever we are, you're never alone. If you're a member of this community, CSLB is with you. If you're a member of the spiritual teaching, Spirit is with you wherever you go. And what I'm knowing about prosperity is it's about opening up to that abundance of life anew. We carry the sorrow, we honor the sadness, but we make that part of an expanding life. So we carry it with us, kind of a cutting edge to make us appreciate how much more life is out there. And when we're grieving, I always like to say it's because it's a reflection of how much love there was. So while it's hard to honor the grieving, if we can honor that grieving, we come to receive from that grieving, we come to receive that emotional freedom of knowing that there was a lot of love there. And in this teaching, that love continues on and on and on. And so now we are going to do a drawing, and I was going to have Sharon do the drawing, so I'm going to come down because Darla said have Sharon do the drawing because it'll be more important than if you do the drawing. So Sharon's doing a drawing. She's drawing a name. She'll read that name. Amy? Emmy Piddington. Emmy is not here today. And this represents someone who has turned in their pledge card. So this is the pledge card. And we have a gift for Emmy, which we will deliver to her the next time we see Emmy at the center. And Darla is presenting the gift, and this is what you receive for the drawing for people who've already pledged.
And every week we'll be taking a drawing, and you'll receive the special cup. And the mug actually says Mission Possible. Okay. Can't quite hear me?
Microphone runner.
This is just going to be brief. I'm sorry. Better. Anyway, this will be drawn every week as we go through, and at the last day, we're going to have a whole bunch of them drawn. It says Mission Possible Accomplished. And then what it additionally says, it says, yes, I said yes to, ... whatever your yes is. And I did it.
Where do we get the pledge card?
Well, actually, we can give you one right now. We have them, Jack has some, and we'll get one to you. They've also been sent out to the mail. If you don't have them, we do have them right here. And then also, of course, our mission, our top secret. Can I have you hold these just for a minute? Because I have the very special honor. Thank you. Thank you so much. The very special honor this morning as a person who is coordinating the drive today and this next 5 weeks to be able to put on our thermometer today, our first week. Here's our totals.
Right, drum roll.
Percentages. Drum roll, please.
This is week 2. We got 3 weeks to go
two.
for our annual budget. This is where we are.
We have 5 weeks to go. This is week number 2. Thank you, Al. And the number is not 20%, not 25%,
Ooh.
not 30%, not 35%, but 37% to goal.
Yay, CSLB.
37% to goal on the second week. Congratulations to all of us. It shows prosperity right here, speaking and showing up, 37%. Yay for us.
Yay, and we want to thank Darla, who coordinated this whole Mission Possible campaign. All of the graphics and all of the flyers and all of the handouts and all of the cups and mugs. She designed them and ordered them, so a round of applause for Darla. And, yes. Good.
Counting people eventually, of course, but it's actually the percent of the completion of the goal achievement. So we're looking at a certain level of money coming in, and the level of money coming in, that 37% of that already coming in. That's decided by the finance committee. Okay, so 37% to
All right, great question. And we did send out pledge cards to everyone. If you did not receive a pledge card and you remember, let us know. We have pledge cards here for you. So if you didn't receive a pledge card, let us know. And Ross is going to take away and do our power talk today. So he's stepping up into our power talk.
He's stretching up. Good morning. I hope you're enjoying the rainy weather. I sure am. Rev Michael has asked me to share a condensed life story of a paradigm shift within my experience, to share a time in my life's direction, passion, and purpose. Like anyone, I suppose, and after 72 trips around the sun, I have what would be expected of life's twists, turns, great joys, wins, and victories. That does not preclude the challenges and pain along the way. I grew up in a somewhat typical white, conservative, upper-middle-class neighborhood. A hardworking father and provider, a stay-at-home mom, and 3 siblings, predictably 2.5 years apart. Family values were instilled in me by strong religious indoctrination and an ultra-conservative political point of view. It was of utmost importance of how we looked and presented our perfect family on Susan Lane in the mid-50s and 60s. I grew up with the mission to be married, a home on a cul-de-sac with a white picket fence, 2.5 children underfoot. Of course, I needed an impractical sports car to go along with it. Even though I carried the burden of my family's expectation, I delayed getting married because I knew something wasn't right with me. But when I did get married in my late 20s, I dove in with dynamic commitment. I managed to check off all of the boxes of materialism and thereby receiving the admiration of my friends, siblings, and mostly the approval from my parents. It all worked until it didn't. I knew that I was gay, and I thought that I had fooled most of the people most of the time. I had known this from a very young age, but as impossible as it is to imagine, it just had to remain buried and unspoken. It was beyond my conscious ability to even consider coming out because of the pressure from my family and society at large. This is where the paradigm shift took place. I was very sick in my mid-30s, probably due to the repressed feelings and emotions of the time. Thank you, Louise Hay. I was invited to attend a church in Huntington Beach by my counselor, the Huntington Beach Church of Religious Science, with Peggy Bassett. The shift, the change of perspective, literally took place that day. I was met by warm and friendly people, very welcoming and supporting me in introductory classes that I had started to take. My last class project was to come out to my pod of 8. At this point, there was no going back. The shift was now beginning to live my authentic self. It took several years for me to really come to terms with my new identity. It is a process, and writing this paper is a continuation and affirmation of the progress that I have made in accepting myself. The odd truth was that when I came out to my parents, they totally accepted me as I am. No judgment, just love. It is amazing what I created in my mind. My mother and family were present at my wedding to another Michael at the Center for Spiritual Living in Palm Springs. We were together for 21 years until his passing. Michael, too, as he is affectionately referred, and I have been together for 16 years after meeting at the Religious Science Retreat in Asilomar. I thank you for sharing this life's adventure with me. I live happily as my true self as a gay man. It is with pride that I have established the Rainbow Alliance at 3 Centers for Spiritual Living. The pride continues with the establishment of PFLAG, Parents and Friends, Lesbians, Gays, here at the Beaumont Center starting in January of 2026. Here we will create a safe and supporting space for others on their path. And on one final note, I have pledged. Have you?
So I just want to acknowledge, Ross, even without asking at the center, when something needs to be done, when someone needs to show up, when someone needs to be present, Ross does it without asking. He shows up in gratitude, and he always shows up in that presence of his amazing, authentic self of someone who is a very, very loving soul. So we're doing Journey of the Soul in class, and Ross reminds me that one of the great elements of our soul is that element of unconditional love. And part of our journey and part of our prosperity in this teaching is coming to feel into that soul presence, knowing the spiritual truth that we're a divine being beyond all definitions. And as we come to embrace that soul self and that loving self in our heart, we become that soul presence of love and that heart energy of light in a world that is so open and welcoming to that love and light. So the more of us that stand up, know our soul, know our heart, and show up in love and light, the brighter and brighter and brighter, day by day, person by person, thought by thought, this world will become. This is a spiritual journey. And wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome right where you are at Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. You're right where you are supposed to be. And so are Ross and I. And Al, if you'll take it away to a meditative song.
It was a season of transition, a season of true loss, and the eternal contradiction between the spring and winter's frost. It was a time before renewal. I can't remember what it's worth. There was denial and refusal, and finally rebirth. Let the tree fall, let the river flow, and when the time comes, we change the things you have the strength to, and accept what you cannot. Pray to know the difference, and give it all you got. And when that wheel comes full circle around these days and nights sublime, it serves us to remember all things come and go in time. Let the tree fall, let the river flow, and when the time comes, just let go. You cannot change a raging river or the tides that ebb and flow, But if you reach down deep inside your heart, you'll find the strength to just let go and let the tree fall. It wasn't just the things she taught me, it was the way her life was lived, the sacred joy she carried into everything she did. And I remember what she told me about these seasons that we live. She said, love is all that matters, and in the end, you must forgive and let the tree fall, let the river flow. And when the time comes, when the time comes, when the time comes, just let go. Just let go. Just let go. Just let go.
We were discussing, it was interesting, Ross asked me to look over his notes last night, and he began with saying, on this rainy morning, and I said, of course, if the sun is out, you're going to have to change the opening to your talk. We have to live in the moment, but it's gray enough and misty enough out there that he could use that opening. But we're always changing, we're always growing, we're always accepting the universe the way it is. Had it been a sunny day, we opened with it's a sunny day in Beaumont. So always change your story to match the glory of the day that's unfolding in your life, because when you change your story to match the glory of the way life is unfolding, you become comfortable with life exactly as it is. And guess what? When you accept life exactly as it is, guess what happens? We come to accept ourselves exactly as we are. And I'm knowing this teaching has helped me do the work and process of doing the work to know myself better. And I'm knowing that at that time of my transition, when I take my last human breath and my first spiritual breath, I'm knowing there's something good and greater than good unfolding for me in the next journey. I don't quite know what it is, but I know the more I come to know myself, the more I speak from my authentic voice, and the more I let my soul shine forth, the brighter I will be in the next experience. So I know when we do the work in this experience, we're better prepared for the next experience, and that preparation that we're always doing is being present to the truth of the true self and the true light and the true voice and the true energy in our heart, that energy of oneness and goodness and kindness and compassion. And as we work on ourselves and discover it in our souls and shine it forth through our heart, whatever journey we're currently on and whatever journey we're moving into next, we will be so well prepared to be the presence of who and whose we are. And that's the presence of Spirit as love and light and truth. And so they say, opening words of my talk, they say, who are the they, the those, and the thems? Who are the they, the those, and the thems? What I know is that when I say to somebody, when I say to Betty Ann, it's your fault, and I look, I'm pointing one finger at her, right? She's the they, the those, and the thems all rolled into one. Or Al, you were off key and you threw my whole talk off. It was your rhythm that threw my whole talk off, and I'm pointing a finger at him. There are three fingers pointing at me. And so it's always the three fingers pointing at me that I want to take note of. And those three fingers are reminding me that whatever's going on in my life, it might not be Al being off tune. It might not be Betty Ann being in a bad mood. It might be the me, myself, and I of how I'm showing up that day. So when I point at you as a they, a though, and a them, it is your fault. Everything is your fault. The economy is your fault, right? Everything is your fault. But when I do that, I realize that it's not about faulting anyone else. It's about faithing myself, coming forth and faithing myself into the faith of knowing that it's always about me, myself, and mine. And when I can do that, then I can come to accept that I create my own experience. You do not create my own experience. You can't make me feel any way. You can't make me think anything. It's mine to see and feel and think and believe and speak the truth that I choose to speak. And no one can make me be my unauthentic, or would it be inauthentic self? Not authentic self. That'll work. Not authentic self. And that's the prosperity of the center, becoming who you are. Becoming who you are and being bright and light and loving in it. Being bright and light as a kite. Send that kite of your soul up. Send it soaring. Send it free. Live the life that you've always desired to be. And so they say 30 is the new 20. 30 is the new 20. And then they say 40 is the new 30. And what I'm here to say, and what I know about myself is, for me, 9 p.m. is my new midnight. Because at 9 p.m. I am ready to go to bed. I don't do those midnight parties anymore. So what's midnight about? I like in this teaching that we share, don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on the life you want to live. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. Because as you keep going, you never know when you're 1 minute to midnight. You never know when it's 1 minute to midnight and a whole new dawn is about ready to break, right? 1 minute to that dark of that midnight on the other side is the bright light of a whole new dawn of awareness, a whole new dawn of awakening, a whole new dawn of acceptance of the life that you truly live. And so I came across the story about the midnight of our dreams come true. It's about living in the now of paradise. Where else would you want to live? It's about the now of paradise of me being me and you being you. The paradise of our heavenly dreams and their earthly come true as one. I don't want my heavenly dreams out there. When I'm in heaven, I'll have my heavenly dreams. But right now, I want what my heavenly dream and my heavenly good and my heavenly treasure and my heavenly truth. I want it right here and now in my earthly presence. I want to marry the two, right? I think science of mind is, and I think metaphysics is really about marriage. I really think it's about marriage. It's the marriage of our humanity with our divinity right here and now. Right here and now. And so this story is of the midnight of our dreams come true. Marrying the midnight of our dreams with the reality of our dream come true right here on earth. The night began like any other. Quiet. With the moon hanging low and silver over the sleeping town. But for Mara, it was the hour she had been waiting for all of her life. She sat on the edge of her bed, shoes laced, coat buttoned, heart pounding in a rhythm that matched the ticking of the midnight clock. She slipped outside to follow the sound she'd been hearing in her dreams for weeks. The distant hum of something vast and alive. It led her to the old railway tracks, where a conductor asked, "One ticket for the midnight of your dreams?" She bought a ticket. Train. She realized the train was taking her on a journey of her soul. What class are we doing on Thursdays? Journey of the soul. She realized the train was taking her on a journey of her soul. The places that she'd lost to memory, the wishes she'd buried beyond sight, and the future she'd not dare imagine. The train slowed to a stop. As she stepped off the train, she came to realize something had shifted. And what is prosperity consciousness about? Prosperity consciousness is coming to know ourselves in a whole new way. She came to realize something about herself, and that something had shifted. Something inside her had shifted, like a door left ajar, letting in a wind scented with possibility. Oh, I'm going to write like that someday. But I'm so glad I can appreciate it in somebody else right now, right? Wow, that's writing. That's writing from the soul. Something had shifted, like a door left ajar, letting in a wind scented with possibility. From then on, Mara lived differently because she came to know the midnight of our dreams come true never leaves us. It waits patiently shining for the right second, the right minute, the right hour for us to step back into life again. I'm trusting that in some way beyond my knowing, and probably some way beyond your knowing, this is the right second, the right minute, the right hour, the right time for you to be present at CSL Beaumont. It's not mine to know, but it's yours to make welcome. So I invite you to take a moment and make welcome that you're right where you're supposed to be. And not just this Sunday, but every day, every minute, every hour, every second of your life, of this human journey you've been on, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So exhale. We've been waiting to exhale to find out where we're supposed to be and who we're supposed to be. Exhale and know that you've always been exactly where you were supposed to be, and in that moment you were exactly where you were supposed to be. That's the paradigm shift, to me, of prosperity thinking. And as we come from that paradigm shift of prosperity thinking, of coming to know ourselves better, everything flourishes, everything flowers, everything blossoms, everything. That's our teaching. That's our spiritual truth. And that's the voice of our soul that always speaks forth in generosity and gratitude and givingness. Because as we give, so we receive. And you can never outgive your soul. You can never outgive spirit. You can never outspend spirit because spirit's unlimited. So open up. Share your love. Share your light. Share your truth. And you know, one of the greatest things that this world, I think, could use prosperity consciousness around, share as many hugs as you can. I know after COVID, we're all a little bit guarded, and we want to use wisdom. But if you can be with someone that you're comfortable with, sharing of your hug with this world would be such a gift of prosperity to so many, because then they share your hug with another and another and another. So I think hugging is a great expression of the prosperity of the love and light and voice of our soul. So the yet again of our talk is the yet again of knowing. The paradise of our dreams begins with our pocket full of paradigms. And knowing that we can choose to call forth any second, any minute, any hour we choose from our pocket full of paradigms, the pocket full of possibilities of living a bountiful and beautiful and abundant life. And so our talk title is Pocket Full of Paradigms. We all have them. What's your pocket? Is it the pocket of your mind? Is it the pocket of your journaling? Is it the pocket of your beliefs? Whatever the word pocket means to you, is it the pocket of your consciousness? We all have a pocket full of paradigms. Pocket full of paradigms of the way things be, the way we've been taught they should be. And so we're talking in our little discussion group today about Science of Mind as an invitation. And so our talk, Pocket Full of Paradigms, is an invitation. It's an invitation that you get to choose to make welcome or not make welcome. We talked about you get the mail, right? A whole pocket full of mail, and you get to choose the ones you're going to open and the ones that you're going to throw in the trash. So our pocket full of paradigms today is an invitation. And it's an invitation to receive the keys to the new of the now. And I think that's what the story about the midnight train was about. Receiving the keys to the new of the now. And one of the ways we receive the keys, Matthew shares, I will give you the keys to the kingdom. I will give them to you. And what is ours to do is to make them welcome. Spirit willingly gives of itself. Willingly, Spirit gives of its abundance. Spirit willingly gives of new insights. Spirit willingly gives us new life where we thought there was no life before. There was no life left. And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, there's this abundance of new life. There's this abundance of new joy. There's this abundance of happiness. Whoever thought I'd find happiness in grief? Whoever thought I'd find happiness in lack? Whoever thought I'd find happiness right where I am? What a concept. What a paradigm shift. And so keys signify access. Access to something we didn't know we had access to. Maybe access to our soul. Maybe access to an openness of our heart. We didn't know we could open that wide. Maybe access to heaven and earth as one. Keys signify access. Pocket full of paradigms is an invitation. It's an invitation. You get to make it welcome, or you get to decline it. We talked about discernment. I'm discerning. I'm not going to open this invitation. I'm going to open this one, but not this one. It's an invitation. You get to open it or not. It's the power of your choice. And pocket full of paradigms is an open invitation to receive the keys to the new of the now. Romans 12:2 shares, this is our teaching, the new of the now. Not the new of yesterday or the new of tomorrow, because we're not in yesterday, we're not in tomorrow. We're right here in the perfect place right here and now. To be, as Romans chapter 12:2 shares, be transformed by the renewal of your mind. That's our pocket full of paradigms. I'm going to be transformed by the renewal of my mind. I'm going to release the old and I'm going to receive the new. I'm going to release the old and I'm going to receive the new. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Keys signify authority. You're becoming the authority of the voice of your soul and allowing that authority of the voice of your soul to allow you to author a whole new reality in your life. When you come from the authority of the voice of your soul, we're only in week 1. We're figuring this out. It's Journey of the Soul. Week 2, we'll have it all figured out. We probably won't even need to finish the class. But we're exploring, what is the voice of my soul? And as we come to explore that, I know that it will come to expand for us. And as it comes to expand for us, we'll come to experience it in a greater way just through the exploration. Not in getting to the answer, but in coming from the question. As we come from the question of what is the voice of my soul, the certainty of our voice of our soul expands in ways that we can never know, and maybe even beyond hearing. So keys signify access. Keys signify authority. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind by releasing the old, receiving the new, and authoring a whole new chapter in your life. It's your life. Tomorrow is a blank page. Actually, a minute from now is a blank page. Author it. Take authorship of it. Take authorship of your life and create a whole new reality. Pocket full of paradigms is an invitation to receive the keys of the now. Ray Kinsella shares, there comes a time when all the cosmic tumblers, I'm going to write like that someday, that cosmic tumblers, oh my gosh, maybe today's the day, maybe the right here and now this minute, maybe right here and now, when I accept that I will write that way, I will write that way, that I do write that way. I've always written that way, always will write that way. When are we going to accept that if we can appreciate the beauty of someone else's writing, perhaps the beauty of the writing from our soul is already within us, and all I have to do is make it welcome? Perhaps. Ray Kinsella shares, there comes a time when all the cosmic tumblers have clicked into place, and the universe opens itself for a few seconds to show you what's possible. A few seconds. Are you open to the invitation of a few seconds? Or are you waiting for a day-long connection with Spirit? I think when we open to that seconds that show us the possibility, it's in those seconds that we come connect with the all of everything. I've experienced that. I know many of you have. And it comes in the briefest of seconds. But in those briefest of seconds, there's a paradigm shift that opens us up to the presence of all things as possible, right where we are. Keys signify spiritual awakening. 3 keys. Keys signify access to something we didn't know we had access to, but we do anyway. Even if you don't know it, you got the access to it. Stop trying to think your way to it. Keys signify authority, the authority to speak from the voice of our soul and to author a whole new reality in our life. And keys speak to the new of the now of spiritual awakening, prosperity. I'm one with the universe. I'm one with all of the stars and all of the light and all of the suns and all of the moons and all of the flowers and all of the plants and all of the trees and all of the animals and all of the people. All of the people right here and now on planet Earth who are right where they're supposed to be. Even if you don't think they're where they're supposed to be, they're where they're supposed to be. Stop thinking about where they're supposed to be and start knowing that you're right where you're supposed to be. And if you're right where you're supposed to be and we're all one, guess what? they must be exactly where they're supposed to be on their spiritual journey. Even if you don't like them, even if you don't agree with them, even if you don't understand them. If the truth is we're always right where we're supposed to be and we're all one, they must be right where they're supposed to be. And as I begin to see it differently, I begin to touch into my divine inheritance. That's a paradigm shift. As I willingly come to invite in the seeing things differently, I come to experience my divine inheritance. That's a paradigm shift. Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul Sunday often refers to the keys of consciousness, which are not the keys of reading, writing, and arithmetic. Oprah Winfrey says of the keys of consciousness, she says of the keys of consciousness, you get from the world what you give to the world. You get from the world what you give to the world. And she speaks often of the keys of consciousness on Super Soul Sunday, and many of her guests speak of this. She speaks of the keys of consciousness as reflection, revelation, and rebirth. The keys of consciousness, of which our talk, pocket full of paradigms, invites us to make welcome, invites us to fully make welcome and embrace, are the keys of reflection, revelation, and rebirth. You know, we've past spoken, how many people remember, we spoke of a horse named Firebrand in a prior talk. How many people remember a horse named Firebrand? We spoke of a horse named Firebrand in a talk a year ago, and Firebrand came to me. And Firebrand, the horse named Firebrand, invites us to reflect upon the science of mind teaching, and Firebrand invites us to see the science of mind teaching as a firebrand teaching. It's not a little spark that's sputtering and spitting. It's not a little flame that's flickering. It's a bright flame. It's a firebrand flame. It's a hot, and it's a burning, and it's a searing awareness of the reality. You know, there's something, a book called Fahrenheit 451, I don't know if you read it, but talking about a firebrand mentality. 451 is Fahrenheit 451. Where I know that from was the book for Fahrenheit 451 we read in 4th grade or 6th grade, and it was about where they were burning all of the books. And 451 is the temperature at which paper burns. And they were burning all of the books and all of the history so they could rewrite history the way they wanted. I think it was 1984. Spoke to the same theme, but it's Fahrenheit 451. That firebrand heat at 451 is where everything burns. It's the temperature where things ignite, and they transform from the state they were in to a state they're yet becoming. And so that's the firebrand of this teaching, the 451 of transformation, the Fahrenheit of 451 of transformation. Perhaps that Fahrenheit for us is knowing of a faith beyond any faith we've ever known, of coming from a faith beyond any faith we've ever known, of sharing of a faith beyond any faith we've ever known, of loving faithfully in a way we've never fully known. It's about knowing faith in a way you've never yet fully known, and transforming your life by the transformation of the faith that you've known, the faith that you've known into the faith that you will yet come to know. That's our teaching. That's our paradigm shift from the old to the new to the now, of letting go of the old faith we had and welcoming the new faith that we are, and knowing that there's a now of a new faith greater than any faith we've ever touched, ever breathed, ever spoken, ever felt, ever presence. That's the level of faith. Ernest Holmes invites us to make welcome. Are you willing to come from a faith beyond any faith you've ever known? And more, when you, oh no, I'm fully faithed out. I'm fully faithed out. Mary Morrissey says, and I'm one with her on this. When you think you've gone as far as you can, you haven't. Keep going. When you think you've gone as far into faith, when you think you've gone as far into your soul, when you think you've shared the voice of your soul, the voice of your essence, the voice of eternity, when you think you fully shared it, you haven't even tapped into it. You haven't even touched it. And the way we make it welcome is trusting into the knowing that there's a faith beyond any faith we've ever known. And when we come to know the faith beyond we ever known, guess what? There's a faith beyond that. It keeps going. It keeps growing. And as we keep going and we keep growing, we begin to become a glowing presence of a light that's never been seen before. You know, Firebrand reminds us of the revelation that the path best taken is the path less taken. The path best taken is the path less taken. Stop following the crowd. Stop honoring species consciousness. Stop believing in someone else's truth and come to make welcome the becomingness of the brightness of the beingness of your own soul. Stop believing in someone else's story. Stop living someone else's life and start becoming the person and the energy and the presence of the soul life within and the heart light within that you were born to be, that you were born to become. And this is the second, this is the moment, this is the hour. This is it. We are the person the world has been waiting for. This is the second. This is the minute. It's 1 minute before midnight. Are you willing to stay the course long enough that that clock of consciousness will tick from the dark of midnight into the dawn of a new day, into the dawn of a new way of becoming, into a dawn of a new way of being, into a dawn of a new way of seeing? It's 1 minute to midnight. You're going to hang around for that click of the tumblers of the universe to open the entire universe to you. You're going to hang around for the tick of that clock to tick over into a whole new day and a whole new dawn and a whole new divinity within your humanity. Now is the second. Now is the minute. Now is the hour. Now is the time that we show up as the person the world has been waiting for. And so Firebrand invites us to the rebirth of our knowing that it's not about naming that tune in 3 notes. It is about tuning into the everywhere, infinite of the everyday miracles in our lives. Pocket full of paradigms, 1 minute to midnight. It's not about naming that tune in 3 notes. It's about tuning into the everyday, everywhere, infinite of the everyday miracles in our life, because they're everyday present, they're everywhere powerful, everywhere knowing, and everywhere showing us the path forth to the greater glory that's yet unfolding. Pocket full of paradigms is about coming to know, I love this. I love this. It's not about having favorite place. We had a summer home in a place called Paradise Point, and it was paradise. None of the neighbors got along. Everybody was rich. Everybody was suing each other over landlines, and you put up, the lawsuits were like 40 years of lawsuits. And to make it better, 2/3 of the people there were lawyers. That's why they could afford these homes. They were suing. It was Paradise Point, and in town, people said the last place you want to ever live is Paradise Point. Because people would move out of Paradise Point, and the day they moved out, they said it was the best decision I ever left was to leave Paradise Point. So Paradise Point is not a place. And I still want to go back there because it was amazing. For me, it was a paradise. But Pocket Full of Paradigms is about coming to know it's not about having favorite places. And I'm working on releasing Paradise Point as my favorite place and making that favorite place the place of the life that I share with Ross. Working on it, working on traveling, working on car trips, working on new screen doors. We know to do work on a new screen door. We're working on creating that place. I'm letting go of Paradise Point more and more and realizing that the paradise of my life is the place that I spend with Ross. And it ain't perfect. We're not suing each other yet, but it's not perfect. But it's a good place to hang out. So it's not about having favorite places, it's about having favorite people. This is a huge paradigm shift for me. I love Paradise Point. It was on the water. We had a boat base and we had boats. It was amazing. But I'm coming to realize as my consciousness expands, as I come to listen to that voice of my soul, it was never about the favorite place of Paradise Point. It was about the Thanksgivings and the Christmas and the 4th of July when all of our family, 30, 35 people get together. And we fight and we argue. And the kids would be, all of it. All of it. Boy, would I love to be back in a really heated argument with my dad on Thanksgiving Day. It's Thanksgiving, you guys, get along. Boy, what joy there is in exactly the way it was. So it's not about having favorite places. The paradigm shift is about having favorite people. And whenever with our favorite people, that becomes the miracle of our favorite place. How's that for a paradigm shift? As we come to shift, that it was all about the places. We come to realize it was all about the faces that showed up in those places. Those faces become our favorite place. I love that paradigm shift for me. You know, Frank Sinatra, it comes from a movie, Pocketful of Miracles, Betty Davis and Glenn Ford movie, the same name, which speaks of the everyday miracles of coming to know. The everyday miracles of coming to know. It's not about the miracle of our favorite places, it's about the miracle of our favorite faces. And that the miracle of our favorite faces becomes the pocketful of love that we carry in our hearts each and every day. The song Pocketful of Miracles speaks of the love we carry in our hearts every day. It speaks of a life we love loving and of a life of love that loves us back. That's prosperity. A life I love living and the life loves me back. What a concept. I give love, I receive love, I am love, my life is loving, my life is living. My life is, My life is my favorite place to be. This second, this minute, this hour, at this podium, in this Sunday, at this center. Right now, my favorite place to be is right here. Right here is my favorite place to be. Frank Sinatra sings, the world's a bright and shiny apple that's mine, all mine. Life's a carousel, far as I can tell, and I'm riding for free. So if you're down and out of miracles, I've got a pocket full of miracles, and there'll be miracles enough for you and for me. Our talk, Pocket Full of Miracles, is about knowing beyond knowing that what matters most is how you see yourself. It's how you see yourself. And that love and compassion are not our necessities, they're not luxuries, for without them humanity cannot survive. There's a story on a chilly autumn morning of an elderly man named Walter who sat alone on his favorite bench by the lake, feeding the ducks. His wife had passed away the year before, and this quiet spot, his place of comfort. It had become his favorite place to be. But can you see, in part, it became his favorite place to be because it was the favorite place to be. He got to be with the face of the memory of his wife. Feeding the ducks on the park bench was nice, but can we begin to see as we shift the paradigm? It wasn't the park, it wasn't the bench, it wasn't the ducks, it was that favorite place that he got to see the of his wife had moved on, and so his favorite place became a place where he saw the face of the love of his wife who'd made her transition. One day, a young woman named Mia noticed him sitting there every morning on her way to work, and she began bringing him a cup of coffee, leaving it beside him with a warm smile before hurrying off. Right? Share a smile, share a hug. At first, Walter simply nodded in thanks, but over time, they began to talk about the weather, the ducks, and eventually about life. Months passed, and Mia learned that Walter had no family nearby. She decided to surprise him on his birthday. That morning, instead of just coffee, she brought balloons, a small cake, and a card signed by the people from all around the neighborhood who had also noticed Walter's quiet presence. Walter's eyes welled up. I thought the world had forgotten me, he whispered. From that day on the bench by the lake became a gathering spot. Neighbors would stop to chat, share food, or simply sit with Walter. What began as a small act of kindness blossomed into a community of care, proof that even the simplest gestures can when they are seen and heard and valued. I hope some way on a rainy Sunday or even a Sunday and sometimes a snowy and icy Sunday down here in Beaumont, I hope this becomes your favorite place to be. I hope it becomes your park in the bench, your bench in the park. And I hope it becomes your favorite place to be because of the faces you come to see. I hope this becomes your favorite place to be because of the faces you come to see. Pocket Full of Paradigms and Science of Mind is not about second chances. It's about second choices. We began this talk sharing of the midnight of our dreams come true. What matters most in the midnight of our dreams come true is how we come to see ourselves. And that's our affirmation. And I will read it first, and I invite you to read this from the heart and from the soul with me. Let your soul speak to this, but I'll read it first. How I come to see myself is how I come to be with myself. And I invite us to read that from our soul and from our heart. How I come to see myself is how I choose to be with myself. Oprah Winfrey says, you get from the world what you give to the world. Goethe says, the true nature, that life is about the true nature of our true self, and the true nature of our true self is that man sees in the world what he carries in her heart. Women, men, children, what you see in the world is what you carry in your heart. And Ernest Holmes, our founder, whose photo is right back there, shares this. Life is a mirror that reflects back to the thinker what he thinks into it. With the keys of consciousness, of a pocket full of paradigms, of reflection, revelation, and rebirth, we come to a new way of seeing and being and becoming, in which we come to know ourselves, our lives, and our world better. The world is better for our knowing ourselves, and the world is better too for knowing that when you help someone climb a mountain, you find that you've reached the top of the mountain too. As we give a hand up, we too rise to the view of that mountain. The mountain from which the view is eternal, infinite, and kind and loving. And I'm kind of coming to believe that the view from the top of those mountains and those vistas and those views, which we can only see by coming to the top of that mountain spiritually, not necessarily physically, I kind of think that's the mountain of my soul that's rising up. I kind of think that from my soul can rise a mountain of awareness and oneness and kindness and truth that can take me to a higher perspective beyond anything I've ever known. And when I know and I think I'm stuck on my spiritual journey, I'm going to keep going because there's something more. So, pocket full of paradigms. Keep going until you come to know your life as the pocket full of miracles that it truly, truly is right here and right now. You are the miracle the world has been waiting for. And now.
It's getting better every minute. It's getting better every day. Getting better every minute, every minute. They're getting better every day. Well, I know a man. He's got more troubles than you do. Lives his life mouth to hand, like an Indian guru. And he never complains, and he never looks back. No, no. And when he talks about tomorrow, it's a matter of fact. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day, getting better every minute, getting better every day. Well, I read the news and I watch the TV, and it gives me the blues and sometimes heebie-jeebies. Anybody else? There's a channel of peace and a channel of love, carrying this message on the wings of a dove. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day, getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day, getting better every minute, getting better every day. Well, if we're wise, we surely know what we feed will always grow. And so I walk through my life, I do my best to be cheerful, and I know it's a choice, and so much better than fearful. And my friends smile and say, well, how you doing today? Well, I will choose to answer in a positive way. Can you do it with me? It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. Ooh, getting better every minute, getting better every day. Now sing it like you mean it. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. Ooh, getting better every minute, getting better every day. And once more, it's getting better every minute, getting better every day. Whoa, 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 getting better every minute, getting better every day.
Wow, good stuff. Getting better every minute when Al's in the house, having live music and having Al and his willingness to go along and see what fits and what doesn't fit and making perfect and beautiful choices. Your beautiful presence to have here. We are so gifted. And so I normally do a prayer out after the talk, and I didn't, and we really are shooting to get everyone out by 11:15 into lunch, so I'm going to do this prayer. This is our prayer today. It's getting better every minute. It's getting better every day. And so it is.
And so it is.
And so I invite the ushers to come forward. If you're needing a pledge card, let our ushers come forward and take up the collection. And we'll read our offertory, our giving statement together. So I invite you to read this with me. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is. Online givers, cslbeaumont.org, or text GIVE 951-420-6909. Write a check, put in an envelope. We take Zelle. We have credit cards in the office, so any way you choose to give, we are open to receiving, and we're so grateful for your gifts, but mostly for the gift of your presence today. Mostly for the gift of your love today. Mostly for the gift of your light today. That's the gift, the best gift you can share with any center wherever you choose to be on a Sunday. And I hope you choose to be here next Sunday. But if you find another spiritual center that works for you, you go where what feels right to you. And we have someone new today. And Susan said, I asked her, why are you here today? And she said, I walked in and it felt right. And I said, that's about the highest compliment you can give a spiritual center, and the board of directors is it felt okay to be here. That's the feeling we're after. So we stand up. If you're new, you can remain seated, but we stand up, we hold hands, we encircle the sanctuary, and we sing our way out. And now we'll be leading us in one people. If you want to remain seated, do what's comfortable for you. But we do circle up, hold hands.
Here we go. One people living on one planet, joining in one family. We are all one. One are all one family. We're all one family. We are all one family. We're all one. We are all one.
Wonderful happened at CSL Beaumont today, and that's something wonderful that happened as we came to realize that we are the pocketful of miracles that the world is waiting for, and all we choose to be is to take those pocketful of paradigms out of our pockets and turn them into pocketfuls of miracles as the possibility of the love and light and truth that we are. So take those pocketful of paradigms, turn them into pocketful of miracles, take them out of your pocket and spread them all around the neighborhood of your life. And together we say, and so it is. Adrian, prayer is our prayer lead practitioner in the Om Room. Follow Adrian. He has the stole on for prayer, Sunday prayer circle, and lunch in Carter Hall. So we've got a good lunch for you. So join us for prayer and or lunch. Thank you, everyone. Donna has a concert going. She's got information, so join Donna at her concert this afternoon.
In my eyes, in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, in my life, I have been searching for something, but you were my dream. You're perfect, you're golden, your light, your love. You're perfect, you're golden, you're my light, my love. When I breathe, when I swallow,